The health benefits that I've received working with Indigo are not just killing the infection of Lyme, but fully recalibrating my body. And that's been every step of the way. That's been throughout the entire diagnosis and treatment, but also building my body back up, entering into a family and belief that healing is possible. And it's not only possible, but that I can alchemize my life to be even better than it was before. I would say the way my health has changed is that it's stronger foundationally than I think it's ever been. Somebody giving you a diagnosis, which is the worst news in your life, but also saying, I've seen this a million times, I've built it back up a million times, you kind of go, okay, then I can surrender to that. Hi, my name is Marta Staudinger. I am an art consultant and curator based in the Washington D.C. area. Before working with Indigo, my life was awful at times, very scary at times, and filled with frequent visits to physicians' offices where I felt not listened to and quite often gaslit. What made me say yes to working with Indigo was actually two-pronged. I came to Indigo twice throughout my journey to diagnose and treat Lyme. First was due to an acute flare-up. I didn't know what it was and was seeking a place that treated immunodeficiencies, cancers, so many types of chronic illnesses that could truly help me get down to the source. And during that path, we did a lot of testing. My Lyme was inconclusive, and I had a very strict travel commitment coming up. So I didn't want to do more testing. And so they put me on an anti-inflammatory regimen with supplements and diet and other types of treatments, which I was able to sustain for not just the travel, but quite a few years. It was only when all of those things began to inflame again due to other stressors in my life that I then turned to Indigo a second time, realizing that I needed to take their full advice and go deeper. I would say each time getting to the point to seek help, the trust that they evoke and their ability to listen to me and listen to the symptoms that I was very acutely experiencing was what made me say yes and commit to treatment and to just doing more testing even, which is terrifying. If there was anything that almost prevented me from working with Indigo, it was deconstructing how I understood the health system. So the cost did feel very scary at the time. The additional tests I'd never heard of before felt very intimidating at the time. I had to confront within myself a belief that the holistic approach was what I needed and was in fact the only way I was going to heal at the root. What I can do now that I wasn't able to do before working with Indigo is live my life to the fullest. I know that sounds so cliche, but there were so many symptoms I accumulated that really stopped me from being able to enjoy so many daily life things and made my own solo entrepreneurship journey twice as hard, if not 3 times as hard than it needed to be. So just being able to live fully and comfortably in my body is a revelation for me. What makes Indigo Health Clinic and working with Snejana and Isabel different from other doctors or clinics I've worked with in the past mainly is the holistic approach to understanding your body, tailoring a treatment and a treatment recovery path to your lived experiences as well as your body, and just the understanding and family care that comes out of their approach. I've never been listened to by doctors the way that they have, or given the extra time and care to hold my hand each step throughout the way. What surprised me the most about working with Indigo Health Clinic was I wasn't prepared and I didn't have any idea how much the treatment would initially break me down. And that's in every way, physically, emotionally, mentally, and even sometimes spiritually. And when I crossed those difficult paths, I was so surprised pleasantly at the additional tools that I didn't even know existed that Snejana and Isabel were able to just at their fingertips share with me. Sometimes that was to help build within those containers of emotional health, mental health, spiritual health, outside of the physical work we were doing together. And they often provided me with solid recommendations for other healing modalities or practitioners to work with. I have already 100 times over recommended Indigo to family and friends. I feel it's a generosity that I want to extend to tell as many people as possible about this, because I can feel the true difference working with practitioners who really care and know what they're doing.